Okay, so good afternoon, grade 10s. The time now is 16:50. It's a Friday of August the 7th. Yeah, hello everyone, welcome. Here in front of us, we've got question 4. It's based on financial maths as well as question 6, which is also based on financial maths. I've got roughly 10 to 15 minutes to do this because I've got my next class. So please bear with me and focus as best as you can. So, in the first question, what are we asked? They say Mark has booked himself a hotel for 3 nights during his visit to New York. The exchange rate during his visit was $1 is equal to 9 Rand 10 cents. The cost per night of the hotel was $450. How much did the 3 nights cost him in rands? First things first, guys, this type of question is you comparing ratios to each other. What do I mean by that? It's more like you already have a complete ratio. So your complete ratio is $1 is equivalent to 9 Rand 10 cents. And what you're trying to do is change um, 450 into rands. So here's the rule of thumb that I want you guys to take from this. If you don't get it here, then please make sure to watch the grade 9 video, grade 8, grade 9 video that I will post in the coming days, which is going to be based on this. So, what I want you guys to always remember, whatever you're looking for, right? So, I'll say whatever you're looking for. So, in this case, I'll mark it in the red. I'm looking for 450. I'm going to divide it with whatever I already have and multiply it with whatever I already have, right? So the rule of thumb is what I'm looking for, right? Looking for divided by what I already have. Sorry, divided by what I already have. Yes, so what I have multiplied by what I already have on the other side. So how would you define what you're looking for? So in this case, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this guy here, right? So meaning I'm going to divide that by what I already have, which is then this guy here, and then multiply the other side, right? So that's the rule of thumb, right? I'll explain it further once I do the grade 9 video. So in this case, I'm saying $450 divided by a dollar, right? And then multiply by how much? 9 Rand, um, 9 Rand 10 cents. Please do it as such. You'll see now in the next question when I do question um, 6, you'll have the same situation. So in this case, 4.1, the rand value is then this value here. So we've got 450 divided by 1 multiplied by 9 Rand 10 cents. 9 Rand 10 cents. So our rand value will be 4,950. 4,900 and sorry, 905 rands, right? Sorry, not even 900. Sorry, 95 rands. Don't know what's happening with me. I'm probably experiencing a Zuma moment. Okay, I've got the zoomies, guys. The zoomies. Instead of the Zumas, I've got the zoomies. Okay, so moving on to the television set question. They say a television set cost 20,000 rands. Belinda, whoever, however you pronounce that name, buys it on hire purchase. She traded in an old television for 3,000 rand and also paid a deposit of 2,000 rand. She made monthly installments of 900 for a period of 2 years. Calculate the total interest paid. This is 6 marks question, right? 6 mark meaning you need to do it step by step. And the first step is you removing what? Your initial payments that you've already made, so that you can have a P1 value. What do I mean by that? So technically here I've got P1 will be equal to the principal, which is the 20,000, subtracted by any additional payments that you've made. So deposits, anything, I'll say here, before interest is applied. Right? So if you have paid a deposit, paid for something else, that's what you need to then input there. So P1 will be equal to 20,000 Rand minus the 2,000 Rand. Okay, I'll skip the R values. Instead, I'll just use the numerical values. Minus the 3,000 Rand, right? So technically, P1 is equal to 15,000 Rand. Now that is now the money that will experience higher purchase, right? So here, what have we subtracted? We subtracted a deposit, right? And we've also subtracted a, what could I call this? Let's call it what it is. It is trade-in, right? Trade-in. So you subtracted a deposit as well as trade-in value. So in this case, you then have to pay 15,000 Rand for the actual TV set. And then moving on, now they're asking us to, we also paid monthly installments, right? So monthly installments, so that would be an FA, final amount, which is now monthly installments. Multiplied by number of years. Number of years. What am I missing there? Number of years multiplied by the number of months, right? So this monthly installment, guys, is the Rand value, the actual Rand value, which would be 900. It's not monthly installment percentage. Remember that, right? So we're still going to calculate the monthly rate just now. So moving on, we've got 900 multiplied by the number of years is 2. 2 years multiplied by 12. So how much did we actually pay for this set? So we got 900 times 2 times 12, which then gives us 21,600. Right? So that's how much we technically paid for this set here. Right? So moving on, if they tell us in 4 point, we're still looking for the interest. So in order for us to get our interest, remember, interest is paid on the money that we had borrowed. This is how much we technically borrowed. Hire purchase is the same as you taking out a loan, right? So this is the loaned amount, right? And this is the actual complete paid amount, right? So remember in grade 8, grade 9, you had a formula for this, for SI, right, or FA technically. So FA was actually equal to what? It was equal to P, in this case P1, plus SI. However, now we're going to rearrange this to get our simple interest. So you're going to then say simple interest is equal to, do a little bit of algebra, move the P1 over the bridge. So it will be minus P1. So in this case, our simple interest is just simply 21,600 minus that 15,000 Rand there. Right? So here we just need to minus 15,000 Rand, which then leaves us with 6,600. And then that then reflects our what? It reflects our simple interest, right? Because the question here said, what is the total interest, right? Mind you, they are not asking us the total interest per year. They simply just asking us the total interest paid, right? If they're asking us to calculate the total interest paid per year, then it's a whole different story. Then this then applies to the next question, right? So in 4.2.2, 4.2.2, they then go on and ask us calculate the simple interest rate. Simple interest rate is based on a yearly principal amount, right? Simple interest rate is a yearly interest amount, right? Is it going to do it now? No, it's not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me rather highlight this and say this is yearly, right? Yeah, the simple interest rate could be yearly. Oh, technically, it could also be monthly because can you guys see that it done monthly installments? Let's rather make it. No, let's keep it at yearly. Yearly, even though she made monthly in installments, let's keep it per annum, right? Okay, so let's do that calculation there. So in order for us to do this, what do we need? We need to remember our ability to convert values into percentage, right? So this is what you're going to do. You're going to take the simple interest, right, in order for you to calculate, let's rather say it like this. So in order for us to calculate total a simple interest rate, right, let me just rather say total interest, right? We use I. No, we don't use that type of I. It means something else. Simple total interest is equal to I'll say total what? Total simple interest over P1. Why do I say P1? Because P1 is the money that has been borrowed, and interest is charged on the money that has been borrowed, not on the entire amount. Not on this. That 20,000 Rand has nothing to do with the interest. So please remember that. Once we have paid for something, we're not going to pay interest on something we've already paid for. We've already established that we removed the deposit, we removed the trade-in value, so we now just left with the actual money that will earn you some interest. So from there, I can just do a little bit of substitution. So our total there, total I is equal to total simple interest, which was 6,600 over FA, no, P1 is 15,000 over 15,000. And now, guess what you're going to do? You're going to then get that answer there. So let's just quickly calculate that. It will give you a decimal fraction. Then you have to multiply it to get 100. So in this case, you get 6,600 divided by 15,000, which gives you 0.44, right? So 0.44. This is in decimal form, right? So meaning here we still need to do what? So what I'm going to ask you guys to do first before you actually get your actual interest. So interest per annum, right, is then equal to 0.44 divided by 2. Because remember, you paid that amount for 2 years. This is a reflection of 2 years total. But I want the yearly rate. So in this case, moving on, I then have this as 0.44 0.22, right? Once you have this, right, you can then go for the rate, right? This is just the interest in decimal form. So interest rate is then equal to this 0.22 multiplied by 100. That will then give you 22%, right? Okay, but guys, you don't even have to reflect that multiplication of 100, right? Because technically, what I want you guys to understand is 0.22 is 22%. I know for a fact that your educators say multiply it by 100. If you reflect multiply by 100, I will not say you are incorrect, but technically you are, because um, 0.22 multiplied by 100 is just 22, which is not the interest rate. However, the interest rate is technically 22%, meaning, yeah, meaning you wouldn't be actually reflecting what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say is that you changed the decimal form into what? Into a percentage. But understanding that 0.22 is the same as what? It's exactly the same as saying 22 over 100. So here you have it there, a little bit of fraction laws that you guys should remember. So that is now our interest rate. Have we finished this? Yes, our simple interest rate. So that is then your simple interest rate there. Some educators might even prefer you guys writing the simple interest rate as R, right? Oh, no, 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 sorry. Apologies. I keep writing capital letters where I'm supposed to be inputting small letters. Okay, let's move on, guys. I'm not even close to done. I'll then do the next question in the next video here.